More day of maths before we start doing a bit of politics again. I think I've told you before, decimals are much older than fractions. Decimals are some of the oldest things ever written in maths. Ancient Babylonian texts are full of decimals, except they don't write the decimal point and they're counting in base 60, but they are decimals. Fractions come in 2,000 years later, when paper or wax is cheap. And why? What is it they allow you to do? Well, look at this sum. If you're timesing 0.2, now remember that little dash there means that's 0.22222 forever, and you're timesing that by a decimal. Now, actually, if you're a mathematician, that's not impossibly difficult, because 2 times 3.75 is 7.5. And then the extra 2's mean you just do it again. So you'd be adding on another 7.5 there and another 7.5 there. And very soon you'd have a pattern. Okay? But you'd really need to know what you were doing to do that. And most kids would give up long before that stage, because they won't realise that half of 7.5 is 3.75. I had to think about it this morning. This one here, though, because you can cancel, and remember you can cancel that one with that one, but you can also cancel that one with that one, and that one with that one. And to remind you, cancelling just means if you can think of a number, or even one of those numbers that goes into the other two, you can do it. So 2 goes into itself once, it goes into 8 4 times, 3 goes into itself once, and it goes into that one 3 times. The top line, can you see, now reads, let me just write it down again, 1 over 3 times 1 over 4. And that simply means that this sum here is the same as that sum there. And you can just times tops and times bottoms. And there you are. You will end up with 1/12. Interestingly enough, that means I've got this sum here wrong. I think I'm out by a decimal place somewhere. How very embarrassing. I know what happened. When you added them together, yes, it would change. Yes, okay, that's all right. Yeah, I have actually got that slightly wrong. And that was because I forgot the rules of timesing decimal places. You'd have to put in a 0 there. So there you are. Timesing decimal places is so wrong that even I, after all these years, when I'm not thinking about it, because I wasn't, can get it wrong. But fractions are king. Somewhat unintentionally then, I've really proved my point. Why do you have fractions? Because they turn paper into thinking. The decimal is hard to do on paper. The fraction is easy.